Hello, this is Kat, and welcome to Simply Batangueña. Today, we will be making beef sirloin steak paired with mashed potato and Salisbury steak sauce. This is another dish that we missed, so let's make it to satisfy our cravings. Let's begin with our beef sirloin steak. After thoroughly washing our steak, pat it down dry with as many paper towels as needed. Make sure all the excess water is removed. You can go with any steak cuts, and actually, I prefer thicker cuts. But sadly, the supermarket near me only offered this. Let's continue removing the excess water on the beef. Now, let's season our beef. For the seasoning of our steak, add 1 teaspoon of salt on one side and rub it. Flip and do the same on the other side with the same amount of salt. Make sure to rub it properly. Next is the black pepper. You will also need 1 teaspoon of black pepper on each side. Flip it too and do the same for the other side. Make sure to cover every inch of the beef with the black pepper. Put one side with a tablespoon of olive oil and massage it into the meat. Be generous with the amount. Also, do the same on the other side. Heat a pan and place the steak in the pan without adding any oil. Cook one side for about 5 minutes. After the 5 minutes is up, carefully flip the steak. Add 3 tablespoons of butter and distribute it evenly around the steak. Put in 5 cloves of garlic around it too. Usually, fresh herbs are used. Commonly, it is rosemary, but I didn't have it on my hand. And according to my research, dried basil leaves and dried oregano can be used as an alternative, so I use it instead. Your herb should be distributed evenly all over and around the meat to secure the flavor. Once the butter melts, start the basting process. Basting process goes on for about 5 minutes or until the beef is cooked. Basting is done using melted fat over meat to keep the meat moist during cooking. Don't shy away from bathing your meat with the butter. When the beef is cooked, let's transfer it to our serving plate. It looks so delicious, and the smell, it's making my mouth water. We couldn't hold ourselves and decided to do a taste test before cooking the mashed potato. It tastes so good, savory and juicy. My cameraman joined and she gave me a thumbs up. She's someone who really loves the steak. The beef is certainly well done, just how we like it. Let's move on with our chosen side dish, the mashed potato. In a pot, put an adequate amount of water and season it with salt. Cover it and let it boil for about 20 minutes. While the potato boils, let's make our liquid mixture. In a heated pan, melt 2 tablespoons of butter and then add ½ cup of milk. Mix well until they have properly incorporated with each other. Turn off the heat and set aside. After 20 minutes, check the tenderness of the potato by poking it with a fork. When you're happy with the tenderness of the potato, turn off the heat and let's start smashing it. It depends on the person and how smooth you want your mashed potato to be. Prolong the boiling time if you want it smoother. I wanted it to have a little crunch, so as you can see, there are still bits of potato in the mixture, and it is not that smooth. Let's continue smashing. Once you're halfway done, season it with salt and pepper according to taste. But because I really love black pepper, I put a generous amount of it. Now, let's add the butter and milk mixture. The amount of butter and milk mixture used also depends on how smooth and creamy you want your mashed potato to be. As you can see, I only put half of it, but you can put all of them so it is more creamy and tasty. Incorporate the liquid mixture with the potatoes very well. And we are done. It's nice and warm. Now, let's make our sauce. Our sauce is Salisbury steak sauce. Heat up the saucepan and melt 2 tablespoons of butter. Once melted, add your medium-sized chopped onion. Sauté the onion for a couple minutes. Then add 2 tablespoons of flour. Sauté again until the onion is covered with flour and butter. Add 1 cup of water and stir it up. Make sure that the flour is properly dissolved. Then add another half cup of water and mix it well. Next, we will add 1 beef broth cubes and make sure to dissolve it thoroughly. When the beef broth cube is dissolved, add a generous amount of ground black pepper. For our final ingredients, let's add half cup of dried mushroom to make it savory. Now it's done. Turn off the heat. Scoop a cup of mashed potato in a bowl and cover it with gravy as you please. I also garnish it off with dried basil leaf for extra flavor. I want to eat already. Just imagine how tasty this gravy and mashed potato would be together. This is truly the perfect side for the steak. The sauce and the juicy steak also complement each other. Another craving satisfied. I am sure I will be repeating this dish because it tastes so good and yummy. Dig in. Enjoy! Until next time. Bye-bye.